Am I the a-hole for asking people to be out of the gazebo that I paid to reserve at the park at the time I reserved it? I paid to reserve the gazebo at the park for my daughter's birthday from 2 to 4. People are going to come at 2:30, so I have 30 minutes to set everything up. I get there at 1:50. There are people in the gazebo that I've reserved having a birthday. Full array still out balloons, presents, food, decorations, etc. They're socializing and not even cleaning up yet. I politely asked the host if they wouldn't mind being out by 2 p.m. so I could set up for our party. Again, I've paid to reserve this gazebo at 2 p.m. and I only have 30 minutes to set up decorations, food, etc. until people start coming. They started cleaning up and were out on time. As they were leaving I said, "Thank you so much, so sorry to kick you guys out." The host says that's okay. Kind of rude, but whatever. She was upset that she was in the middle of her daughter's birthday and said that they booked these things back to back and we should expect some overlap. So, am I the asshole? Should I have expected some overlap? Personally, we were out by 4 for the next party because they paid for it starting at 4, and our time was up at 4. I feel like if I paid for it at 2 p.m., they should be out not starting to clean up at that point. I get that it was annoying. It wasn't super fun having to clean up my party quickly and rushing out either, but at the end of the day I feel like they should have planned their time better or reserved more time. Not my problem, and I did still try to be polite. Am I the a-hole for screaming at my sister after she locked herself into my apartment while I was home? I, F29, have my own apartment and live alone. I have a lock on my door that has a code to unlock it. My family has watched my pets previously and I created a new code for them to use. I didn't delete it as I didn't see the reason, but after this it's gone. Today I was home just relaxing in my bed. I was watching series on my computer with noise-canceling headphones in. Suddenly I see someone in my side vision and screamed. My sister, F26, is standing in my doorway into my bedroom. I was so sure someone broke into my apartment and I almost started crying in panic. She had just put the code in and walked through my apartment just to ask if she could borrow an A4 paper. In my fit of panic and rage I screamed for her to leave my apartment and never ever do that again. I said she could have texted or called before, and if she knocks on the door and no one answers, she is never allowed to just walk in. My sister lives down the street, and when she got home, she called our mom and she berated me for screaming at my sister and not giving her an A4 sheet. I disagree since it's common sense to not just walk into people's apartments when they don't know. Am I the a-hole for refusing to give up my airplane seat to a tall person? Last week I was taking a 12-hour flight that I had booked months in advance. At the time of booking I paid extra to choose my seats. The seat I chose was $55 extra and right at the front of the plane, trying to arrive somewhere on time upon landing. The seat also happened to be an extra legroom seat and I am a 4 feet 11 inches female. I check in, board, sit in my seat as usual, but as soon as the seatbelt sign was switched off I had a man come over and ask to change seats. The first time he asked politely saying that he is 6 feet 4 inches and flying is painful for him, can we please change seats? I was open to it until I saw that his seat was way in the back of the plane and so I told him no sorry, I paid extra to sit up front. He kind of got increasingly mad and wouldn't leave, saying that there's no reason someone of my height needs extra legroom. I told him I paid to be up front. I suggested that he ask the other people in those seats if they could swap, but he refused, saying that he wouldn't want to bother other men or split up couples. He kept getting rude and angry, so I just called over a flight attendant who told him to go sit down. For the rest of the flight he would walk past for no reason, slamming into me. I was sitting aisle. Was I in the wrong? Should I have swapped with him? AITA for saying no to dressing as a Disney princess for a wedding? So I, 24F, am friends with Holly, 28F, who is getting married next summer. Holly has always been a Disney girly, and I wasn't surprised when she told me and the other bridesmaids she wanted us to dress as Disney princesses. Holly is going to wear a huge, glittery, glammed-up ball gown, and will be in dresses that are more of a modern take on the princesses' dresses, but there will be text on the invite stating which bridesmaid is which princess and which groom is which prince. There are 5 of us, and she wants us each in a different color, so she has chosen Ariel, pink, Cinderella, blue, Belle, yellow, Rapunzel, purple, and Tiana, green. She picked who would be who for us, and told me that she wants me as Tiana since I have black hair. The problem is, I'm white. The entire bridal party is white. You can see why I'm not feeling this choice. I brought it up privately with Holly and tried to suggest alternatives for green, Merida from Brave or Anna from Frozen, but she shot them down. Merida's dress is actually blue, plus she is no prince, and she doesn't like Frozen. I told Holly that I will not be Tiana for her wedding and that I'm stepping down unless she accepts one of the alternatives or provides another. She called me a BCH and a terrible friend and said nobody is going to care. I told her that I care, and I'm not doing it. I've gotten some Facebook messages from some of her family/friends asking why I'm being so difficult and why I'm trying to ruin Holly's wedding, and even a couple of the bridesmaids have told me to just suck it up because I'm throwing Holly's plan out of whack. I'm standing my ground on this, but the pushback kind of has me wondering if I'm making something out of nothing. Am I the a-hole for making a white woman cry? I, F30, am biracial. My mum is Afro-Jamaican and my dad is Irish/Ashkenazi Jewish, so my hair is extremely curly and I have a lot of it. I usually wear it braided to manage the heat and humidity, but tomorrow is wash day so it's currently loose. I had to pop over to the grocery store for a dinner party, but the closest store was out of what I needed, so I had to go to the, predominantly white, suburbs. On my way out, I feel something tugging in my head, so I whip around. There's an older white woman, maybe mid to late 60s, withdrawing her hand. She says, "I just wanted to see how soft it is." Today was just not a particularly good day, so I did yell at her. "Is there a fucking petting Zeus sign pinned to my back?" She immediately started stuttering and trying to explain herself, insisting that she didn't mean any harm. I responded by asking, "If you wouldn't pet a dog without asking first, what makes you think it's normal to stick your filthy hands in a stranger's hair?" She started crying and other people started coming over to see what the problem was, so I just left. I told the story to my husband, white, M42, and my parents, F57 and M67. My mom is on my side, but my dad and husband are saying that I could have been more understanding to this woman, so now I'm asking Reddit,